This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, 3 people have been arrested in connection with alleged drug distribution from a home in Hamden. According to the MDEA, 31-year-old Dwayne Henry of Springfield, Massachusetts, is charged with trafficking in drugs. His bail was set at $5,000 cash. 31-year-old Andy Pacheco of Springfield, Massachusetts, is charged with aggravated drug trafficking due to the quantity of drugs seized. And 37-year-old Jessica Bell of Hamden is also charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Maine Drug Enforcement Agency Commander Peter Arno says over the past several months, drug agents and the Hamden Police Department have been investigating the group for allegedly distributing fentanyl and crack cocaine from a Ruth Avenue home. On Tuesday, they searched the home. Arno says they seized a handgun, approximately 80 grams of crack cocaine, 200 grams of fentanyl, and approximately $10,000 in suspected drug proceeds. The Waldo County Sheriff's Office is investigating a tractor accident that killed 1 person in Northport last night. The Waldo County Dispatch Center received a 911 call around 7 p.m. Witnesses told deputies a loader going north on Atlantic Highway rolled backwards down the road before it left the side of the road and rolled over into a ditch. Officials say 62-year-old Scotty Richards of Northport was thrown from the loader and died as a result of his injuries. The cause of the accident remains under investigation. A disturbing trend is taking shape as Maine is on track to set a homicide record this year. According to the Attorney General's office, the state has seen 18 homicide cases so far, with the modern record being 31 set in 2008. The AG says of those 18 cases, 1 was labeled a juvenile homicide and another was manslaughter. Most of the other cases involved domestic violence. Director of Development and Engagement at Partners for Peace, Casey Falkingham, talked about the effects of domestic violence.
We know this is happening and it has devastating consequences to communities, and it can, in fact, sometimes lead to someone deciding to take the life of the individuals that they're in the relationship or in a family with.
And if you or a loved one is dealing with domestic violence, you can reach out to Partners for Peace at their 24/7 hotline. That number is 800-863-9909. You can also learn more by visiting our website, foxbangor.com. Well, protesters appeared in front of the Augusta Civic Center early Wednesday morning as the Maine Department of Environmental Protection began a 2-day appeal hearing for Central Maine Power's Corridor project. Our Sierra Jordan was there.
In May of 2020, the Department of Environmental Protection approved a permit to allow Central Maine Power to construct a 145-mile high-voltage transmission line. This will send hydropower from Quebec to electricity customers in Massachusetts.
People of Maine don't want this. We don't benefit from it. Our forest is going to be torn up.
Anti-corridor advocates say the transmission line will have negative impacts on the environment, including damaging undeveloped forests and wildlife habitat, jeopardizing the creation of clean energy jobs, and more.
Cold water fisheries that are probably the best in the country, recreational opportunities, wildlife. It has enormous impacts in a really precious part of the state, and we just don't think it's the right place.
In 2020, 3 appeals were filed by the Natural Resources Council of Maine, Next Era Energy Resources, and the West Forks Group, but took more than a year for the BEP to review the appeal.
When the permit was awarded, we've appealed that. Why it's taken so long for them to hear our appeal, so that deserves an investigation all of its own.
Meanwhile, in last year's election, more than 60% of voters approved a ban on construction of the CMP corridor. It is now up to the Maine Supreme Judicial Court to determine whether the CMP corridor construction can continue.
They're ignoring the people's referendum. They're ignoring their own DEP suspended the permit.
Anti-corridor advocates stood in the hot sun right outside Augusta Civic Center holding signs that read, "Revoke CMP's permit, follow the law, Mainers voted no," and other messages.
We want the BEP to know that our opinion hasn't changed and we're watching them and we expect full transparency as they're making the determinations.
The BEP meeting is not over yet. It will continue tomorrow, July 21st, starting at 9 a.m. right here at the Augusta Civic Center. At the end of tomorrow's meeting, they will decide whether or not they will host a public hearing. In Augusta, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Chipotle is closing a main store that had been leading efforts to unionize the chain. Employees at the Augusta Chipotle had filed a petition with the National Labor Relations Board in June asking to hold a union election at the store. It was the first Chipotle to file such a petition. On Tuesday, Chipotle said it was permanently closing the store. Labor organizers say they will fight that closure and say Chipotle is trying to send a message to other stores. The company blames staffing problems and says the closure has nothing to do with the union.
Well, Senate President Troy Jackson is speaking out after signs promoting false campaign slogans have been found around Aroostook County. This past weekend, Maine GOP's Twitter page posted signs that read, "Vote Troy Jackson, defund the police." This was followed by Maine GOP volunteers carrying identical signs during the Potato Blossom Festival in Fort Fairfield. Jackson says he noticed the signs during the family outing and referred to the GOP's actions as a, quote, low blow, saying there is no truth to their claims.
I mean, I think anyone that knows me, including the people that are holding these signs or putting these signs out, knows that it's, not accurate. I mean, I've never, fought to defund the police, never spoke about it. I mean, if anything, I've been on the other side of this issue.
Well, we reached out to the Maine GOP and have not yet received a response. Jackson's opponent, Representative Susan Bernard, released a statement that read, quote, "I'm running my campaign based solely on my background and record of support for Aroostook County. I did not pay for, approve, or even have knowledge about those signs. It is not part of my campaign," end quote. And taking a look outside, whew.
Yeah.
Just whew. That's all I've got to say about it.
Yeah, I found myself just sweating on the way to work on my drive here today.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for many people out
But
there.
there are plenty of people who are reveling in the hot summer temperatures for sure. So we are happy for you folks.
Yep.
And with a little bit more on what's coming our way weather-wise, let's take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter, and happy Wednesday to all. Our first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. So hot temperatures all across the United States, mainly the core of the country, some 90s and 100s out there, but the Northeast is also in on those 90s as New York, Washington, and Raleigh each have 90s out there today. We did not miss out on those hot temperatures either, as we had an 89-degree reading here in Bangor, 87 in Bar Harbor, 85 in Rockland, and pretty much 90 degrees closer to Portland with really sunny skies out there, just a few passing clouds. A whole different story compared to that rain we had out there yesterday, but later on tonight, we'll continue to cool off into the 60s. Beth and Peter?
All right,
those high 60s looking pretty good right about now.
I know, cooling off some, not too much, but we'll take that at least.
We will indeed.
All right, thanks, Conrad. And coming up next on the ABC 7 News at 6, the Brewer Historical Society seeks to preserve historical anecdotes throughout time, but they say they need help.
And while most Mainers typically hope for sunny days, farmers are hoping for more rain. We'll hear from a third-generation farmer about what more showers could mean for his business. Those stories and more when ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
I work long hours to provide for my family, but with runaway inflation, it's getting harder to make ends meet. Instead of lowering costs for families, Washington liberals are attacking America's tech innovators. That's the wrong agenda at the wrong time. The left's bill will destroy jobs, make China stronger, and America weaker. Working people like me will pay the price. No Republican senator should support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 877-209-5384 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. The Rockzilla Tour with very special guests, Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Friday, July 29th, Main Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Welcome to the Purple Baboon, a local gem on the Belfast waterfront. Find lots of little joys for every taste, like fun clothing for the whole family and a lovely selection of coastal Maine-made jewelry. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Front Street, Belfast.
Ready to update your summer style? Shop department store brands for amazingly low prices during the Label Shopper Summer Sale. 25% off your favorite labels. Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back. The Brewer Historical Society seeks to preserve historic anecdotes, but the nonprofit organization says they need help. R.A.J. Douglas has more.
We put the word out that we needed help, and a lot of people started to show up, but it's always needing just a little bit more.
The Brewer Historical Society has requested additional volunteer members to help them collect research for homes, professional buildings, and people. Mayor Michelle LaBrie Daniels says joining the team requires little commitment, as meetings are only scheduled once a month for 9 months out the year. Organizers are encouraging younger people to join as well.
We put the word out that we needed help, and a lot of people started to show up, but it's always needing just a little bit more. It's not a lot of time.
The younger people, they have time for looking on their Facebook phone and their phone, but how about spending maybe that hour doing something that is important to the community?
The nonprofit works to provide one high school student with a $1,000 scholarship through community fundraisers. The organization is working to complete a children's program that will educate middle schoolers by teaching them about Brewers history.
Most of them don't know that there was brick building here in Brewer, that there was the ice making here. So those are things that we'd like the children to learn and to grow up. And probably they'll educate their parents.
Anyone interested in joining the Brewer Historical Society is welcome to attend their next meeting, which is on September 12th, or email brewerhistoricalsociety@gmail.com. In Brewer, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Well, while most Mainers typically hope for sunny days, farmers are actually hoping for a little more rain. Our Dylan Holloway spoke to a third-generation farmer about what more showers could do for business.
The blueberry business is one of the biggest industries in the state of Maine. Courtney Hammond is a third-generation blueberry farmer and has been the manager of Lynch Hill Farm since 2016. He says last season the state had a near-record crop, but this year is more uncertain thanks to a lack of rain.
We had a need for some rain. We got some in the last couple of days, which was a big boon, but the month of July has been abnormally dry. We had less than an inch of rain for the entire month, whereas last year, we were near 6 inches for the month of July leading up to the harvest.
Hammond, who runs the farm with his family, says if the rain doesn't come, it will ultimately cut into their farm gate profit.
The drought in 2020, reduced our crop by about 80%, and that had a huge impact on us.
He says last year's demand for blueberries was so high that Lynch Hill Farms has close to no inventory left over to sell.
I think a lot of people are finding out about the health benefits of the wild blueberries, both in the antioxidant levels that they contain, as well as some of the new research that's looking at cardiovascular benefits as well as brain health and the cognitive benefits of eating wild blueberries.
Hammond says it means a great deal to him to be able to carry on the legacy of his father and grandfather.
For our family and for a lot of families in Washington County, this is a way of life that we've known and desperately trying to preserve that.
To learn more about Lynch Hill Farms, you can go to lynchhillfarms.com. More information on the benefits of blueberries can be found at wildblueberries.com. Reporting from Harrington, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC7 and Fox 22.
So as if being totally delicious wasn't enough, they're very, very good for you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Get the best of both worlds there.
We do. All right, well, still to come on ABC7 News at 6, a look at how Bangor Water is giving tours of the Thomas Hill Standpipe.
And in sports, after a 6-year career playing baseball at Maine, one Brewer grad will get his shot in the pros. We'll have that right after the break.
Here at Colburn Shoe, we have something for the whole family. New spring arrivals are coming in daily from quality brands such as Hoka, Birkenstock, Dansko, Sperry, Merrill, and many more. We pride ourselves on our exceptional service. That is why we are America's oldest shoe store.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour. The must-see show of 2022. Saturday, July 23rd in Main Saving Amphitheater. With special guest Ingrid Andress. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban. The Speed of Now World Tour.
Gas and heating oil prices are the highest ever. Why? Because Joe Biden and the liberals in Congress took a hard left turn and dragged Jared Golden with them. Biden and Golden turned off more American energy production, stopping pipelines and exploration, looking to buy from our enemies. They are going the wrong way. Mainers need relief, not empty promises. Tell Jared Golden to help open American energy production and lower the price of gas.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Here at Colburn Shoe, we have something for the whole family. New spring arrivals are coming in daily from quality brands such as Hoka, Birkenstock, Dansko, Sperry, Merrill, and many more. We pride ourselves on our exceptional service. That is why we are America's oldest shoe store.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mainly Supplements near the Bangor Mall. We provide a variety of protein, pre-workout, vitamins, and healthy snacks to fuel your body for peak performance.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Major League Baseball draft finished up this week, and while he didn't hear his name called then, former Black Bear righty Matt Bouchard has found his next team. The Brewer grad has signed with the Miami Marlins as an undrafted free agent following a 6-year career. That's right, 6-year career in Orono. Bouchard led the entire conference with 9 saves in his final season with the Black Bears. He owned a 3-1 record with a 6.0 ERA in 30 innings and proved to be one of the most important pieces to Nick Durba's bullpen this past spring, and we can expect to hear more from him on the signing later on. But for now, we will stay on campus because summer workouts are underway for both Maine basketball teams. Earlier on Wednesday, Tyler Cruz caught up with Amy Vachon's crew as they start their preseason workouts.
Outside of the pit at the University of Maine, it is about 85 degrees in the shade. But if you go inside, that is where Maine women's basketball is just starting to put in the work to defend their title as America East regular season champs.
It's nice to be in the gym. You know, in the summer it can get long recruiting on the road, so it's nice to be able to come home and work out with some of our players that are here.
Everything's here. Like, you have the track, you have Laddie, the gym, you have the pit, and then you have the coaches at your disposal, so you're getting the most out of your summer.
The Black Bears have a few new faces out there, and Coach Amy Vachon says these early preseason days on campus are huge for their development.
It's good for them to be on campus and get familiar with how things work. It's just good to get kids back, working out with each other.
It's others who are also taking a step into something a lot bigger than what they're used to, and going through the motions and just the workouts and lifts and everything is just so cool to be around such a great group of people.
Not everyone is back yet, but Vachon says she trusts that the players that are still home are on their grind, like the rest of the team.
Our student athletes have shown that they do the work, whether it's here or at home, and so it's nice to have them here. I know the ones who aren't here are working hard, really just as hard at home.
While they're still months away from suiting up for their first game, during the summer is when they get to learn not only the playbook, but each other as well.
Finding the team chemistry, learning each other's weaknesses and each other's strengths, both finding the connection on and off the court so we can better ourselves for the season.
I think it's just like learning our offense. It has a lot of steps. It has a lot of reads to it. And even like I'm a senior now and I can learn something new every day.
And ever since they got to campus earlier this month, it's been all hoop.
Lots of basketball, getting ready for the season, lifting. Like I said, finding each other's strengths and weaknesses and just getting in the court, getting shots up, and working on our game.
Reporting from Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler. So 90 degrees and probably a little cooler in the gym, so good to sweat it out and get some work in there. We'll go down south now, where it was just as hot in Portland for round 2 of the Maine Women's Am at Portland Country Club. 2020 champ Ruby Haylock began the day with a 7-shot lead over last year's champ Bailey Plord. So let's begin on 5. Bailey knocking down a birdie putt here to pick up a stroke and move to within 6 shots of the lead. Next up, Ruby on number 6 with a great approach shot. Look at that touch. Puts it close to the cup. And then it was Erin Holmes out of Valhalla. She started the day in 3rd, able to save par on 7 with a tough putt. So to 8 we go now. 2019 winner Jordan LaPlume here from Dunegrass with a great chip. She started the day tied for 4th and staying on 8. Ruby in the bunker here with a terrific punch out. Not too much change as we go to the leaderboard now, but there is a smaller gap between Haylock at +2 and Plord with a +6. Holmes now sits in 3rd at 11 over. And, of course, we'll have continued coverage of that as they head into the final round on Thursday. Already that's sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you, Dave. And our main weather today is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in the Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. So today was a beautiful day out there. Just a few passing clouds. Temperatures on the hot end, so pretty much beach weather out there with lots and lots of sunlight out there. Most of us in the Northeast are in the clear, lots and lots of dry conditions all across the Northeast shoreline. But take a look at this. The counterclockwise rotation closer to the Canadian border, that is our next low pressure system, and it arrives pretty much Thursday evening into Thursday night. Not going to be a massive low pressure system, just a few passing showers and thunderstorms, and then we clear up by Friday, and the same thing right in time for the weekend. But that muggy meter is showing pretty high dew points out there for today, and same thing for tomorrow, so it is going to feel very humid and uncomfortable out there tomorrow. Friday, Saturday into Sunday, we're looking pretty good. Before Sunday afternoon, more chances of some sticky weather incoming. So enjoy your Friday and Saturday. But today, temperatures were hot all across the state. Northern part of the state got some 80s out there. Bangor got 89 today. Bar Harbor came in at 87 degrees. Rockland at mid-80s out there. And Waterville had a high temperature of around 88 degrees. So everybody was in on those 80s and even a couple of 90s out there, as their average high is supposed to be close to 81 degrees. So above average temperatures continuing into the weekend, even a couple of 90s out there. So really hot temperatures continuing even into beginning of next week. So make sure your AC units are properly working, because you will definitely need those with those humidities going up there. So it will not be cool out there. It will be really hot and sweaty the next several days. And winds are also a little bit of an issue out there, as we do have breezy conditions here in Bangor with a 12-mile-an-hour wind. Bar Harbor coming in with a 10-mile-an-hour wind. So not the strongest winds out there, but still something to worry about. Maybe hold on to your hat out there. But those warm temperatures are making it feel nice and crisp. Tonight, though, we'll continue to have some above-average temperatures as our low is going to drop to the mid-60s out there. Some partly cloudy skies, and take a look at those winds. It'll be pretty calm out there. So finally, a nice looking night out there. And tomorrow, rebounding in temperatures as we stick around in the mid-80s under some partly cloudy skies. Winds starting to pick up once again as they blow out of the southeast, and humidity starts to raise as our extended outlook does show 90s back by Friday into Saturday. Same thing into Sunday, but more chances of showers return. And then we clear up once again by Monday afternoon into Monday night. And by Tuesday, we're pretty good with temperatures in the 80s and 90s. Beth?
So those farmers hoping for a little bit more rain. It looks like they'll get their shot Sunday and Monday, perhaps.
Absolutely. So best of luck to them in that department. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be struggling through that extremely hot weekend.
Indeed. And there is still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
Holy mackerel, look at all this great back-to-school stuff.
We've got jeans, we got lots of sneakers, lots of Champion for the whole family. Get to Rennie's for back to school.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Land Shark Locker and Margaritaville Tequila present Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. Life on the Flip Side Tour 2022 Redux. One night only at Maine Savings Amphitheater, August 2nd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band, August 2nd. Presented by Margaritaville Tequila and Land Shark Lager.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
Get 1.9% APR for 60 months plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2022 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Tonight, the global heat wave, the climate crisis. Where are we headed as hundreds of millions of Americans face a possible record-breaking heat streak? More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
Bangor Water is giving tours of the Thomas Hill Standpipe, a National Historic Landmark.
And our Stephanie Wittenbach is there and joins us live. Stephanie, what can you tell us about the monument?
All right. The Thomas Hill Standpipe was built in 1897 to provide water storage to fight fires and help the water pressure in downtown Bangor. So this standpipe stands 85 feet in diameter and 110 feet high. So I'm very, very high, but luckily, you know, I'm not scared. There's a lot of people. We're all enjoying the view. It took a little while to get up here. There's 100 steps. It was quite cool, but as soon as I got up here, it was fairly really warm. Now we're cooling down. Bangor Water has 4 tours during the year. So the next one is in October. We're going to be here till 8 p.m. tonight. And then there's one in the wintertime in December. We don't know exactly what day, but I hope to be on that assignment as well. I highly recommend coming and seeing this view. Right now, the only thing I can point out to you is Harlow Street. Everything else is just homes, trees, absolutely beautiful. It's a must-see.
All right, so it sounds like a really cool opportunity for people to get out there, and what a view to be able to look out and see that area of Bangor.
Now, depending on your age and your physical condition, might not be the best day to try and schlep up 100 stairs.
Seriously.
But that view is certainly gorgeous, no mistaking that.
Yeah, maybe one of the cooler seasons would be a good time to get up there for many.
Or just bring a lot of water.
That's also a great idea.
All right, folks, well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.